Hi, Taurus. How are you? Happy 2019. Happy New Year. I'm Chris. Welcome to your January Taroscope. What a year 2018 was, huh? So much intense energy. So much transformation. So much change. And I think collectively, 2019 is a year where we now move forward, right? Where we now build on all the change and transformation that happened. We become more solid within ourselves. We become more defined within ourselves. And that's the energy I think Taurus is starting off this month with. I think y'all are feeling kind of strong, right? Now, if you don't feel strong, if you feel like you're struggling, if you feel like you're still having a little bit of a hard time, Taurus, I think what it ultimately comes down to when I say that you're feeling strong is you're ready to kind of make changes. You're kind of ready to implement and define for yourself what your life is going to be this year, who you're going to be this year, right? What maybe some choices have to be made right now. Maybe some decisions need to be made. I'm fussing with my hair. I'm sorry. Also, it's interesting because I feel like I often start your guys' reading as it starts to get dark outside. I don't think that's that you guys are being dark. I think it's just there's always this tone, the Taurus, this calming sort of now I feel very homey. I put some extra candles on. You can't even see them in the video, can you? Hey, there they are. I thought I was let me put on these cute lights and these candles and y'all can't even see them. There she is. All right, Taurus, so let's go ahead and jump into the month and see what you're dealing with. What kind of guidance and advice can we offer for the sign of Taurus for the month of January? What is the central situation Taurus is dealing with this month? Two of Wands. What did I say? Choices? Two of Wands, we're looking to the future, Taurus. We're making up our minds about who we're going to be, where we're going. What makes sense for us right now? What doesn't make sense anymore? Some things I think, Taurus, are going to get left behind. I think we've talked about this in the past few months, right? About how things that maybe once worked don't always have to continue working for you, right? Something that once made sense doesn't always have to make sense. That you have to be flexible and see flexible. I know. I'm asking you to be flexible, but be flexible in terms of getting real about what you're carrying with you into the new year. This card to me, it always looks like a portal. It looks like a doorway into a new world, into a new reality. And that's again what I meant when I said Taurus is feeling strong, right? Strong, this card requires optimism. This energy requires vision, which is not something you can really embrace if you're not in a place to really make change. What are we doing, Taurus? Letting shit go. So Taurus, what is it that you're looking forward to? I think it's about how you define yourself, right? I think it's about what is going to sustain you. I think materially, you have to make some choices about where you want to live, for instance, right? I'm looking in the distance and you can see that little house, the little castle in the distance, right? My eyes getting drawn to that. You might have to make some choices about, I have this incense burning. It's very strong. I might have to put it out, or at least let me move it. It's actually copal. Copal is it's a copal resin, and copal is very good for purifying and creating a temple atmosphere, but right now it's choking me. So anyway, I think there's a lot of domestic things that need to be sorted out here, Taurus. I think that there's a need to really figure out where you're living. I think there's a need to figure out where you want to end up. What is your vision for the future you want to have? What are the choices you're making now that are going to determine what your home life is, what your comforts are, what you're doing for a living, right? Who you're with, all of those things that kind of make you feel comfortable and safe and powerful, I think right now are under review. And it's like, I feel like this charged up energy, Taurus. It's not just that you're looking. It's like the energy to make those moves is building up within you. Again, what I meant by Taurus getting strong, right? Working up your energy. There's no room here right now for apathy. There's no room here for laziness about your life, about the direction of your career, about the direction of your finances, about all of that. Nine of Cups in reverse, right? So the things you thought you wanted are not playing out so well. The things, it's been happening a lot. I almost feel like the more I do these readings, like the more fucking psychic I'm getting or something, because like everything I say, like that I pull out of one card somehow just keeps coming up in the cards that come out here, right? Nine of Cups in reverse. The things you wanted before, the things that you thought would be satisfying, fulfilling, are not really doing it. Maybe for a while you were getting enough pleasure and enjoyment and fulfillment out of, you know, your relationships, out of what you were doing for a living, out of the ambitions you had, out of the city you're living in, right? Whatever it might be for you. Making your cup feel full. And now we're coming into this year with like this dose of truth and honesty. There was just a Capricorn new moon, right? What some would say is really the effective start of the new year. First new moon of the year inside of Capricorn. We're like getting fresh. We're figuring out. We're planning. Capricorn is planning energy. It's analyzing. It's goal setting. It's truth, right? Because you can't do those things unless you're honest with yourself. So Taurus, you know, you might have been going through a few months or so of dissatisfaction, of kind of feeling a little lost, a little directionless, a little bit like, this is what I was working towards, and like, is this now what I want? And with that, I feel like a little bit of sadness, right? I feel like whenever any of the cups are upside down, it comes with the tone of sadness, right? But I think sadness in terms of like, you putting your energy into something and putting your energy in and waiting for it to pay off and waiting for it to pay off and having moments where it felt like it was, and having moments like of validation of yeah, this is the love I wanted. Yeah, like I'm really successful in this industry. Yeah, I'm this and that. And now like 2019 is saying, bro, it's time to think again. It's time to get like real and honest and create a new vision for the future that's in touch with like the truth that's inside you. That's really in touch with what you want. Hey, Hierophant in reverse. I need better lighting in here. Speaking of which, I'm gonna in the description you can donate to the channel so I can maybe get some freaking lighting in here. That would be great. Actually, no, honestly, the donations I've been getting have been like, of course you can buy personal readings, and I love doing those, and I love, you know, that coming in, but the donations mean more than anything to me, because like, first of all, I'm surprised that people are even doing it in the first place. And then it just like reassures me that what I'm doing here, these videos that I'm doing for free for you, right, are actually meaningful, and you're getting something out of it. So, hey, anybody out there want to help me get some lighting up in this bitch? So you can see the cards clear here. Taurus, your card in reverse. So what effect has this like kind of disappointment been having? This sort of like undermining what you thought you knew, like the Taurus confidence of being sure of yourself, of being, you know, I'm going to try to turn the light up on my phone. That might actually help. Yeah, that's better. Yes. Perfect. Let me turn it up all the way, actually. Yes, now you can see. Oh, look at that. I mean, lighting would still be ideal. Anyway, Taurus. But do you see? Now it's almost too bright. Sorry, now I'm fussing. Okay. Okay, cool. That's perfect. undermining your sense of yourself, your confidence in like that you know what's best for you, right? There might have been some situations where you're questioning like that you know what's right for you. That you're questioning maybe some choices you're making. And Taurus, I want to tell you here though, no matter whether it's in reverse or not, this card showing up period shows you that you have what it takes, right? That to me, being inverted means nothing more than a moment of like self-doubt, a moment of questioning. It's not that you don't have this power. The Hierophant is wise. After all that fussing, a call came through. I forgot to put on my phone and do not disturb. Anyway, Taurus, Hierophant, wise, experienced, intelligent, right? So take heart. I think this is what I want to say to you guys is that it doesn't, just because something wasn't working out the way that you wanted it to does not mean that you were wrong. It does not mean that you weren't on the right track, that you weren't, that it doesn't even mean that it's still wrong, right? There's just something about it that's a little off right now. There's something about it that is not quite in line with the vision that you have right now for yourself. So some things might need to let go of. Some things I feel like for some of you, there might just need to be a little bit of a detour, right? If you're passionate about, like, say, a career field or an industry, for instance, it could just be that you need to take a little time to live life right now, right? You might have gotten too much in this space of knowing, of the Hierophant's, like, sense of self, sense of being connected to all things, right? You might be a little overwhelmed by that. So in other words, I think it might just be time to take a step back, right? Take time to really reflect. I don't know why I keep wanting to go back to that. I think that there might need to be some life that's lived for you guys. You know, what's that thing? There's a I think I heard Angelina Jolie say once, and I don't think she made it up, but it was the first time I heard it. I feel like there's another artist who said this before, and they're asking about advice for young artists. And this, as someone who is in Los Angeles pursuing a career in screenwriting, I have witnessed this firsthand. When she was asked, what's the best advice you can give young artists? She said to live a full life. That's going to give you the drive. That's going to give you the inspiration. That's going to feed your soul, feed your art, feed your creativity, feed your passion for life. And Taurus, right now, it's like you need to feed that passion. You need to, like, get situated with a way of life right now that actually creates a vision for you. A vision that you feel confident pursuing, right? All right, let's see what else we got going on for Taurus in January. Yeah, so many reversals, Taurus. Now we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Again, maybe your money is being a little screwed right now. Maybe you're not feeling like you're able to provide for yourself, or maybe like what you're providing is not what you really want. So for some of you, this can indicate, I think, financial struggles or difficulties with you managing your finances and managing your career in the bigger picture. So this could be difficulties with money. This could be just difficulties with your path, right? Your career path. What am I doing? But what underlies this, whenever I see the King of Pentacles in reverse, I think about insecurity. I think about that feeling of someone who has, like, provider instincts and isn't able to provide. And how that feels. Your energy, your own energy coming up twice in this reading. In reverse. So back to what I said from the start about feeling strong, like, right, you're in your power, you're there, but it's about, like, being in your power with regards to making changes. So what changes need to be made? Again, my eye is drawn to this castle here. I think there's some domestic issues, Taurus. I think that I was just doing a reading for Aries, and I said that a lot of times, like, in your money, in the material world, is where, like, emotional stuff shows up. And if you're struggling to know your path forward, I'd really look at the domestic world, right? Do you feel connected or disconnected from the people who are important to you? Do you feel a little isolated and alone, right? Do you feel a little like the efforts that you're putting into things, the efforts you're putting into your relationships, the efforts you're putting into your career are not paying off, not worth the struggle, right? I think as much as you guys are a sign that likes to work, I think you want your work to be meaningful, right? Otherwise, you can just stay cuddled up in bed, right? Watching Netflix. There's a call to something new, Judgment in reverse, Taurus. There's a call to something new that you're not hearing. There's a call to a new way of being. Oof. I just glanced at the bottom of the deck. I'll show you in a second. There's a call to a new way of being that you're not giving into. Whenever judgment shows up, especially like this, it almost feels like there's just something outside of yourself that's pushing you in a certain direction and you're resisting. And that all that's really necessary to make change is to kind of get out of your own way. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Two things with this card, right? This card indicates financial struggle, but it also very much indicates like struggle between partners often, right? Not in this deck, but in two other decks I've used before. Part of the imagery of this card is two people kind of like with like broken pentacles in between them. So there's this double meaning here of loneliness and struggle with the partner and also financial struggle. You know, how I was just saying, the way that emotions show up through the physical world. A lot of loneliness here, Taurus. A lot of feeling unsupported. You know, as much as you guys are strong and capable, like, you know, you guys know love languages? It's the way you show love to people, right? There are 5 of them. And the way you show love is also the way you perceive love being given to you. You guys are a sign that likes to give, likes to support people. What that also means is that you value being supported. So what are you ignoring? I think there are some ambitions that you have to admit are not going anywhere. I think there are some domestic situations that you have to let go of right now. It's taking away your power, Taurus. It's taking away your power. Look at how many reversals we have at the core of it. You see? Do you see what I was saying from the beginning? Look at the energies of these cards, right? How Taurus was looking towards the future, making changes. Because look at all the present energy. But then look at what was at the core of this reading. The only card that's upright, the card of looking to the future, the card of making choices, the card of moving forward. Let's see what else we got for, I'm going to try and put these back in the way that they were. All right, let's see what else we got going on for Taurus in the month of January. It's not, I think that Two of Wands in the center is, and I'll try to show the cards when I can. The Two of Wands in the center is kind of like the hope, right? It's at the focal point of this reading. It's saying, despite all this energy that's around you, this energy around you is just to become aware. It's just so you can like be aware and validate these energies that are around you, so that you can ultimately embrace that Two of Wands energy and make the choice to move forward. Hey, Taurus. Look what we got now. The Magician. Another. See what I mean? How it's like going to this place of optimism. There's these challenges. This is kind of showing, these earlier cards are kind of showing you like where things have been, how things have felt. And now as we go around, we start to become powerful again. We start to own our ability to create the magician. We start to own our connection to ourselves again. To the power of our minds, right? Mercury rules the magician. Clear thought, clear understanding, logic, right? It's time to get logical. You guys can do that, right? Pen and paper to tell you what's working out and what's not. Being empowered. Being a seamless conduit between what like just comes out of you naturally, what just pours out of you, what is so easy. Do the easy thing this month, Taurus. And I don't mean easy in terms of like that it's without difficulty. I mean easy as in like you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to push yourself. You don't have to force it. January is the month to start letting go of things that you've been forcing. Yeah? I want to show you this cards because it's really interesting. Let's pull one more to kind of close the circle, and then I'll show you the cards so you can see like the way that there's this like transition. Well, this is good, right? After all the shakeups of 2018, now we're like getting on our feet again. I keep thinking about one Taurus in particular. I don't know if he's watching or not. I don't think he would be, but I don't know why my mind keeps going back to him. Two of Cups. So now, what do, Taurus? We say, this is what I expect from my relationships. This is the kind of partnership that I expect. We started off talking about how you guys might not be feeling supported. And now, support becomes like your goal. Love and companionship becomes your goal. It becomes like sort of the unstoppable force that drives you forward. Look at the way in this card, the stones are kind of leaning against each other. That's real support. That's real companionship. Even if you're not looking for love right now, it's looking for the things in your life that make you feel strong. Now, y'all are Tauruses, so you might be thinking about going back with an ex. You know? It's like the nostalgia of the last time you felt like this soulmate connection, this partnership connection. And hey, for some of you, that might be the way to go. I'm taking myself out of it because I generally rarely ever think ever that getting back with an ex is a good idea. Ever. And I'm saying that from like going through it enough times that it's like, no, bro, this doesn't work. But, you know, to each their own. I'm only saying that because I know how you guys are. And that might be on your mind. But what you need to ultimately do, Taurus, is use your head right now. If, you know, logically it makes sense that, you know, maybe you both have changed, or I know I don't even believe in what I'm saying right now. Then, you know, but ultimately, Taurus, I think whether or not this is a sign that you're going to like get love or that love is going to be sparked, I think that this is what you're moving towards. Let me show you the spread. this candle. So you see, Taurus, how we kind of have gone full circle. Now it's like right under my arm and it's burning me. Perfect. Right? How we start off with this. Look at this, even the way that it's reversed, right? We have reversal, reversal, reversal. And then with the Magician, we upright ourselves. We take control. We claim what we want. And what does Taurus want? Partnership. Companionship. Again, even if it's not actual love that you're looking for, it's a uniting with the thing that you're passionate about, right? I was at meditation yesterday with my little meditation guru, and sometimes something she says always about love is that we need to stop thinking about love as just romantic partnerships. Love is a force. Love is the force that, you know, that we've experienced when we say we love our friends, when we say we love what we do, when we say we love this restaurant. You know what I mean? So for those of you looking for love, it's promising. Overall, though, I think this is just a harmony, a harmonizing, right? A getting back in touch with what drives you. All right, so let's pull an outcome card for the month. Bottom of the deck, we have the waxing moon. So this is a sign, guys, that things are about to change for you, right? Second time in this reading, it feels like you're on the cusp. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it, Chris. Don't say it. You're on the edge of glory. Couldn't help myself. No, but really, you're on the edge of change. Like right on the precipice. Right? See how we have these two twos now? This connection. What are we moving towards, Taurus? We started and ended this reading in a 2. We're making choices. We're moving. 2s are force. They're the elemental energy that started in the aces being moved and driven towards something. Our ambition, our will, our drive now moves us towards emotional connection. So let's pull a couple of outcome cards for Taurus for the month of January. See where things are going. Justice, beautiful. What's right, what's fair, what's honest, what's true. What is your destiny, your fate, right? And I don't mean that in a person who believes in like everything is written before and like we just live it, but what's real, what's honest? Like I said before, what is just natural? What flows into your life when you don't even have to try? Getting your just desserts. Putting yourself back on your karmic path. Right? Just being in tune with the things that make sense to you. That give you energy, that give you life. Not being willing to put up with things that just don't make sense anymore. Again, it just doesn't make sense anymore, Taurus. The things that are happening right now just don't make sense anymore for you. 6 of Pentacles. Great. As I said, emotional stability. This reminds me of a quote I read recently where we tend to think of relationships as give and take, but what relationships are give and give. You give, I give. You give, I give. So what are the things this month, Taurus, that give back to you? I think you're going to start to align yourself with those things. I think you're going to start to feel an influx of support and care. But because you're aligning yourself with the things that are actually truthfully going to do that for you, the people who are going to do that for you, right? It's getting your just desserts here, Taurus. It's getting what you deserve. It's getting what you've earned. It's what you're gonna feel in your heart that you've worked for and that is right for you. And you're gonna feel like what you have is right. And the 4 of Cups in reverse. So again, finishing up with another cup reversal, right? But what a good cup reversal to have. The card of you know, apathy And the card of contemplation of things feeling off, now you're not standing for that anymore. Right? Look at this beautiful energy we have here with these 3 cards of alignment. With things that make sense, with the truth, with being grounded in what is good for you. So Taurus, what's good for you? Forget about what's bad for you. We're moving towards what's good for you. And what's bad for you will just fall away. All right? That's what justice is promising. Stability. Support. But only if you do what you need to do. And then we're shaking it off. Shaking off the baggage, shaking off the bullshit, shaking off the feels, right? You ain't got time for that, 2019, Taurus. Bottom of the deck. Beautiful! 5 of Cups in reverse, yes. Coming out of it. What did I just say? Shaking off the feels. We're shaking off the feels. No more depression, no more loneliness. Right, Taurus? We're driven to get rid of those things, to make real shit happen. Real meaningful stuff. Real meaningful stuff. Stuff that is aligned with your purpose. And we come out of this now. We come out of sadness. We come out of despair. These 3 cups that were once spilled over are now upright. And now you have more to work with than you've lost. Yeah? Taurus, I love this reading for you guys. Again, take heart. Be optimistic. Create vision. Create passion for yourself right now, right? And honest passion. Real passion. Not cheap thrills. Not things that make you feel okay for right now. Taurus, I love you guys. Again, description of the cards in the cards I'm using in the description. Private readings available there. Donations, love those. Thank you. Also a link in there. What else? Instagram. I'm going to start doing weekly horoscopes on my stories. So if you want a little extra content, go ahead and follow me there. And also some fun pictures. I do a lot of fun stuff, even though I'm doing a dry January. But it's been good. It's healthy, right? Anyway, Taurus, I love you so much. I wish you the best. You're going to kill it. I'll see you in February. Talk to you soon.